If, like me, you have been interested in the Chinese language, you must have come to a point in your life when you asked yourself the question, but what type of Chinese should I learn? Mandarin Chinese, Cantonese, any of the others? Now, in my case specifically, at one point I was trying to decide, should I learn Mandarin or Cantonese? Now, there are plenty of videos that address this. And of course, I have my own opinions. I found one, which is this one here, and it's from this gentleman by the name of Jerry Wang. And I'm kind of interested. So we'll see what he says. We will use it as an opportunity to share our opinions. In this case, my opinions, but also yours. Let me know in the comments if we agree, disagree, and without further ado.
Hello everyone, this is Jerry. Welcome to today's video. Question I hear a lot. Should I learn Mandarin or should I learn Cantonese? Great question. It depends on your goals. Where do you plan to use the language? What's your main focus? Your choice will follow from this. In today's video, I will break it down to help you decide by covering the main differences between Mandarin and Cantonese.
Fantastic. Now, in general, even with, of course, personal interests and where you want to go and who are you going to interact with, they all play a pivotal role in the selection of which language you like. But to be fair, I mean, Mandarin is extensively better to learn in the sense of you'll be able to speak with a higher number of people internationally as well. But then again, it's not the only factor, and there may be people that have reasons to choose Cantonese, family, personal interest, and that's perfectly fine. But let's go.
The reason to learn Mandarin, the reason to learn Cantonese, and finally, how your choice might depend on your plans for future, such as where you live or work. So let's start.
Right.
First, let's understand the relationship between Mandarin and Cantonese. Mandarin, known as 普通话. Mandarin is the national standard language in mainland China and widely used in Taiwan, where it's called 国语, and Singapore. It has 4 tones.
Isn't that interesting that in mainland China they call it 普通话, the kind of standard variety, of course. Not everyone speaks 普通话. So basically, 普通话 is Mandarin, but not all forms of Mandarin are 普通话. With that being said, the expression for Taiwanese variety of Mandarin, mostly an accent and some tones are different. I think there are some regional varieties and words that they use that are different. The fact that they say 国语, so language of the country, so national language, you could translate it.
It has 4 tones and is based on the Beijing dialect, making it relatively straightforward for new learners. Mandarin connects people across different regions in China, serving as a bridge between speakers of various dialects. Cantonese, known as 粤语. Cantonese
粤语
is widely spoken in Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau, as well as in many overseas Chinese communities. It has 9 tones, which can make pronunciation more challenging, but it also allows for greater musicality and nuances.
Wow.
Cantonese retains many features of Asian Chinese, making it
ancient. I think it's funny because the subtitles misheard it as Asian Chinese, and for a second I was like, what, is that a European Chinese I'm not aware of?
Culturally rich and historically significant. In a sense, Mandarin is the practical and the standardized language, while Cantonese is deeply tied to Southern Chinese culture and history. Now,
that's interesting. As an external, as someone who heard both, I have to say that while I do like both, of course, I think they both sound really nice, but to me, when Mandarin is well spoken, like for instance I do like both, of course, I like both forms of the language, but I have to say that out of the two, I find Mandarin more beautiful. It's just a personal choice, and I have to admit that I do find Mandarin more beautiful, specifically when it's well spoken in poetic situations and scenarios, or for example, well, I don't know, when it's someone who speaks it very clearly, if you will, perhaps without too thick of a regional accent or broad accent. But then again, that's just subjective. Let me know what you think.
Let's talk about why you might want to learn Mandarin. Mandarin is spoken by over 1.7 billion people, making it most widely spoken language in the world. It's one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations
as a first language,
and is used in government, business, education across China and many parts of Asia. If you plan to work in mainland China or collaborate with Chinese companies, Mandarin will be very useful. Major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen operate in Mandarin, and it's the default language for most professional environments.
I kind of like that he says operate in Mandarin. That's a cool way to put it.
Mandarin is China's common language. It bridges communication between people from different provinces. When traveling in China, speaking Mandarin ensures you can communicate effectively wherever you go. Mandarin has only 4 tones, making it easier to pronounce for beginners compared to Cantonese's 9 tones. If your focus is on career development, business, travel, or reaching the large number of Chinese speakers, Mandarin is the better choice.
Yep. Reasons. Let's go.
Now, let's explore why you might choose to learn Cantonese instead. Cantonese is the dominant language in Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau. If you are planning to work, live, or study in these areas, knowing Cantonese will give you a huge advantage in both professional and social settings.
I like that he said that it will give you an advantage. Because at the end of the day, plenty of Cantonese people do speak or study Mandarin. I think it kind of works a bit like you would be able to use English in various areas of Europe, even those areas where English is not a first language. So, of course, if you go to England, you speak English first language, clearly. But then again, if you go to Germany, you go to... Well, these days, even in Italy, up to a certain extent, I mean, not as well as in the Nordic countries, but imagine that you go to like a Sweden, and maybe you don't speak the local language. Clearly, if you learn Swedish, I guess very well, be an excellent way to connect to the people more deeply. But if you do use English, you might still be able to communicate. And I believe, unless I'm wrong, that similarly, if you learn Cantonese, you can speak to the people in Canton or Xianggang. Well, I say Xianggang. It's the Mandarin pronunciation of Hong Kong, whatever. Clearly, yeah, that's their language. But you would be able to still communicate in Mandarin as a second language for both you and some speakers at least. In that area.
Even though Mandarin is taught and widely understood in these regions, Cantonese is...
Man, you just said it. Sorry about that.
It's the language of daily life and cultural expression for local people. Cantonese is widely spoken in overseas Chinese communities, particularly in North America, United Kingdom, Australia, and Southeast Asia. Learning Cantonese can help you connect with these communities on a deeper level. Cantonese retains many features of Asian Chinese, including vocabularies and tones, making it a rich source of language history. It's deeply tied to the vibrant cultures of Hong Kong and Guangdong, including Cantonese opera, dim sum culture, the golden age of Hong Kong cinema, and elements of classical Chinese. Cantonese is more challenging to learn due to its 9 tones, but for language lovers, this complexity can be a rewarding experience.
I agree with him. I think eventually, once I reach fluency in Mandarin, I think I am considering tackling some Cantonese at least. I'm not like thinking that I want to necessarily reach fluency in that one too. I mean, Mandarin has been a colossal endeavor, if you will. But I would be interested, and I agree. Sometimes complexity can be a interesting challenge for language learners. Let me know if you agree.
If you are drawn to Southern Chinese culture, plan to live or work in Guangdong, Hong Kong, or Macau, or want to connect with overseas Cantonese-speaking communities, Cantonese might be a better choice.
Okay. All right.
Your decision might ultimately come down to where do you see yourself using the language. If you plan to live or work in mainland China outside of Guangdong, Mandarin will be far more useful. Cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Chengdu, and Xi'an primarily operate in Mandarin. It's also the language of government, education, and most businesses across the country. If you plan to live and work in Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau, Cantonese is the preference language in these regions.
And of course, I mean, personal preference is an important aspect, because I mean, it also depends on the reasons why. This is one of the reasons why you might want to learn a language, and I think that this is the most straightforward. Or if you're gonna move to freaking Beijing, don't learn Cantonese. You know what I mean? And if you're moving to Hong Kong and you're planning like you're marrying a Hong Kong woman, I mean, learn the freaking Cantonese language, mate. Come on, it makes sense. But apart from that, sometimes there is also personal interest. And I think that that is an important aspect. It can be pivotal because at the end of the day, these are very challenging languages. And if you're not interested, like for me, I am particularly interested in Mandarin. It's the one I like the most. So of course, that's the one I'm focusing on. But imagine if for a moment you're not. You actually like the idea of Cantonese. You like the way it sounds. Maybe the ties to ancient Chinese as explained here and by Jerry. And also the idea of maybe you just like the idea of having 9 tones. You like that better. But then don't force yourself to learn Mandarin just because it's practical or you can reach a wider number of people, because you might give up if it's not the one that really sparks your interest. And personal passion is a foundational element when it comes to reaching success and fluency.
While Mandarin is understood and spoken, social and cultural life revolve around Cantonese. Speaking Cantonese will help you build stronger personal and professional relationships. If you want to connect with global Chinese-speaking communities, both languages can be useful. But think about your target audience. Cantonese dominates in some overseas communities, while Mandarin is more common for international business and diplomacy. If you are not sure yet, start with Mandarin. It's easier to learn, more widely spoken, and serves as a foundation for understanding Chinese culture and language.
Yeah, I agree with him. If you don't know which one to pick and you don't have a personal favorite, Mandarin is the safer choice, 100%.
You can always pick up Cantonese later if your goals shift towards the southern China or overseas Chinese communities.
Okay, conclusion, let's go.
So that's all for today's video. Whether you choose Mandarin or Cantonese, remember that both are valuable in their own ways. Your decision should reflect your personal interest, goals, and where you plan to use the language. If you found this video is helpful, please click the like and subscribe to the channel for more insight of Chinese language and culture.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wang. Really appreciate that. I really liked the video, and to all of you, let me know what you think, and of course check out his channel. I'll give him a like, let me document that. I'll give him a like, and yeah, check out his channel if you want to see more, and thank you for joining Metatron's Academy. Have a good one. If you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to check out my Patreon page. With as little as a $5 support, you can help us ensure that we can continue to produce high quality and high researched content. And at the same time, you get access to polls, extra videos, unlisted streams, and much more. Thank you so much.